What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Comically Boston weekly nerdy news episode like we do every Monday here on the Big Cam YouTube channel. Comically Boston is my longer form videos, and I try to put out every single Monday a weekly nerdy news, and that would be everything that happened over the last week in nerddom, in movies, in Hollywood, and around the world, and just what's going on. And let's jump right on into it, shall we? The first piece of news is a little bit more solemn, and that is that David Lynch, the legendary director, passed away just the other day at 78 years old. Very, very sad stuff. But I was also thinking maybe for some type of remembrance, we could do some David Lynch rewatches this week. So I will definitely, I think the only David Lynch film that I've really seen that I can remember is the original Dune. So I need to brush up on some David Lynch films. So if you have David Lynch recommendations, drop those down in the comment section below. Moving on to some TV news. Invincible Season 3 is right around the corner, and this time there will not be a mid-season break because the first 3 episodes shall premiere on February 6th, which I believe is a Friday, if I'm not mistaken. And then February 13th, oh no, I believe that's a Thursday. February 13th, episode 4. February 20th, episode 5. February 27th, episode 6. March 6th, episode 7. And the finale, March 13th, episode 8. So only an 8-episode season for Invincible Season 2. But should I cover that on the channel? Comment down below if you would like to see season breakdowns for 1 and 2 and then cover season 3 on the channel. And if you don't want me to cover it, maybe if you've seen the show, comment below your thoughts on Invincible. The next topic I want to talk about is that The Last of Us Season 1, the full first season, is going to be coming to 4K limited edition collectible steelbooks. So if you are a collector of physical media and you liked The Last of Us, you can now go and buy the steelbook for Season 1. I might have to go and do that. I loved the show, and Season 2 comes out very soon, so I'm so excited for that. Comment below if you love The Last of Us. Switching over to some movies, there's a new poster for Ke Huy Quan's Love Hurts, starring Ariana DeBose and Ke Huy Quan, from producers of Nobody with Bob Odenkirk and Violent Night with David Harbour. And this comes to theaters February 7th, so right around the corner. And he plays like a badass hitman turned, retired hitman that turned into real estate, but now he's coming back to action. And Ke Huy Quan is really good at action. I know he might not look like it, but he is a really good stunt and action guy. If you've seen Everything Everywhere All at Once, his stunts and action in that is really good. And he's great as OB in Loki Season 2. And now he's getting a chance to be the star and lead the movie. And I can't wait to see this. Marshawn Lynch is in there beating him up at one point. Another movie I've heard incredibly good things about that I didn't think was going to be on my list of things I need to see, but starring Keke Palmer and SZA, One of Them Days from producer Issa Rae, is coming out January 17th, or so it's already out in theaters, and it has a A- cinema score, which is just crazy. I didn't think this movie would be good at all, and everyone's saying you gotta go see this. Those two together are hilarious. And I mean, I love Keke Palmer. SZA, I think, is a bit of a dumb broad, but she's talented musically. She can sing her ass off. But Keke Palmer, I love. She's so friggin' funny, and I feel like I've grown up with Keke Palmer. I mean, I remember seeing her on Nickelodeon back in the day, and crazy where she's gone in her life, and on Password, and now she's a mom, and good for her. Good for Keke Palmer. I love Keke Palmer. Speaking of a show that's coming out very soon, Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man drops just in a couple weeks, and we got another new poster for that. But we shall be talking about Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man very soon, so stay tuned for that content coming up at the end of January. Some very interesting casting announced over the last week. Farhan Tahir will reprise his role as Raza from Iron Man 1 way back in 2008, and he's going to be coming back in 2025 to reprise his role in Paul Bettany's led Vision Quest series. First off, We keep hearing more and more about Paul Bettany's Vision Quest series, and it has to be about White Vision, and it's probably going to be how Kevin Feige said, the trilogy of WandaVision, Agatha All Along, and like continuing that story of Agatha, Wanda, and Vision, right? And that's going to be kind of a trilogy of shows. So Vision Quest, although we haven't heard much from it, we know that Ultron, James Spader is coming back to voice Ultron, and it looks like Raza's coming back as the 10 rings from Iron Man 1? What? Like, it doesn't make any sense why he would come back or why Ultron would be back. But rumors have it that maybe White Vision is exploring Vision's past. So maybe going back to, you know, the Jarvis, Tony, Iron Man 1 days. Maybe going back to Age of Ultron and talking to Ultron. I don't know, man. But moving on to some more Marvel news, just coming up in a couple weeks, Valentine's Day, Captain America Brave New World comes out, and here's our first look at a AMC Theater popcorn bucket and cup, and the popcorn bucket looks like it's going to be a collapsible, poppable shield. Interesting, I might have to get that to go next to my Deadpool Wolverine popcorn buckets. Comment below, are you somebody that collects popcorn buckets and that type of thing from theaters? I know I go to AMC, so I'm only available to the AMC ones, but I heard Regal and Cinemark and a couple other ones had some really cool ones. So if you're a popcorn bucket guy, let me know, comment below. But we have a series of posters here that all look ridiculous, and I love every single one of them. This first one here is filmed for IMAX, Red Hulk bearing down on top of friggin' Captain America Sam Wilson. Non-super soldier serum having Sam Wilson. So either he gets some souped up adamantium wings, is my predictions. He gets super soldier serum, but that doesn't sound like Sam. Or maybe he gets vibranium tech that's like, you know, super advanced to be able to deal with a Hulk. I'm still thinking and hoping and praying maybe that Mark Ruffalo's Hulk comes in here to deal with Red Hulk, so you get Hulky on Hulk action. I don't know if that's a hate crime or something, but like, I kind of want to see it. But this first poster looks awesome. This next poster is Dobie's poster, and the future favors the brave. And I love this poster because it acknowledges the Eternals movie for once in the MCU. It's actually gonna fucking pay off. If you watched Eternals, the giant head poking out of the ocean shall be referenced and fully, I think, talked about in this movie. And I think it actually might also be a set, right? Like one of the sets in one of the places that they were going to be fighting or walking or just fucking about in this movie might be in the middle of the Indian Ocean on Tiamat's corpse. And that's just a crazy shot of Sam flying up overhead and this corpse just hanging out of the ocean. There's a hand and a head. Crazy. Sorry if you're hearing some noise in the background. My dog's breathing under the table, and it snowed last night, so the neighbors are dealing with snow removal outside right now. So very, very sorry if you hear a background noise that you don't want to. But the next poster is from Real D 3D, Captain America. Not a bad one there. The next one is a 4DX poster, which I kind of dig. It's like Sam floating down, 4DX, and then Red Hulk in the background, and then it's kind of like they're on a polished silver shield. Interesting there. We got a Fandango poster here. I do love Fandango, and I love that the Red Hulk's in the red shield. So, and these all released on the same day. I was like, damn, bro, these are a lot of damn posters. Screen X poster with jets flying above. The buildings make a star in the middle. Red Hulk's down there. I mean, these are some damn good posters. Comment below which one was your favorite, and if you're excited for Captain America Brave New World. But moving on to a little bit of award conversation, X-Men 97 won the Best Animated Series Golden Tomato at the Rotten Tomato Awards, which is just like, hey, X-Men 97, if you guys forgot about that, that was one of the best animated series and best shows that came out in 2024, and it won Best Animated Series from Rotten Tomatoes. Speaking of Rotten Tomatoes, Dune Part 2 won Best Movie at the Golden Tomato at the Rotten Tomatoes Awards. And also at the BAFTAs, Denis Villeneuve has now 7 BAFTA nominations, including Best Director for Denis Villeneuve. He's also got Best Picture on there, and 5 others that Dune Part 2 is nominated for at the BAFTAs. I'm still saying that Dune Part 2 not getting as much award recognition as it deserves is criminal. It really is. Dune Part 2 only got 7 nominations at the BAFTAs, but the most nominations went to Conclave with 12, Amelia Perez with 11, The Brutalist with 9. Those 3 are probably going to take home a good amount of awards. Anora also got 7, Wicked got 7, A Complete Unknown got 7, Kneecap got 7, Nosferatu got 5, The Substance, Wallace and Gromit, The Apprentice, Blitz, Gladiator 2 only getting 3 nominations, interesting. A Real Pain, and a couple other films on there that I don't necessarily know. The Wild Robot was an animated film I've been meaning to see. That comes out on Paramount or Peacock pretty soon. Stay tuned for that. So, just last week, the Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow movie, starring Millie Alcock, is apparently filming, I believe, now in London. And I just love this fan-made art that just killed me, because Jason Momoa is going to be playing Lobo, and just how sassy he looks in this image, looking across from Millie Alcock. I don't know if Lobo is going to be a main character in this Supergirl movie, but I do think that's very interesting, and I think he's going to be an awesome Lobo. And I think she's going to be an awesome Supergirl. Because if you're forgetting, Supergirl is going to be played by Millie Alcock, and she was Princess Rhaenyra in Season 1, or the early episodes of House of the Dragon. And she did a great job, clearly, because now she's getting her chance to play Supergirl. And I really loved Sasha Calle in The Flash, but that movie wasn't that great, and it's not necessarily a part of the DCU anymore. So now we got Supergirl, who is going to be a part, and I think it's going to be a really good movie, because also coming out this year in James Gunn's DCU is the Superman movie with David Cornsweet, and it has been confirmed that Millie Alcock is going to appear in this Superman movie. So she's going to be alongside David Cornsweet as her cousin, and right, like they're cousins in the comics. So she's cousins with David Cornsweet, and they're both got these superpowers. She's Supergirl, he's Superman. And if I don't know if she's going to have a big role in that Superman movie. I think she's going to be mostly like Guy Gardner and Mr. Terrific and Isabella Merced's Hawkgirl. You know, like, I think it'll be like those people where they're going to show up, they're going to be there, but they're going to be, you know, more or less glorified cameos is my prediction. But who knows? James Gunn could give all these people roles and make them really love what they're doing. In other Supergirl news, the castings for Supergirl's parents go to David Krumholtz, who has really grown up. I know David Krumholtz as Bernard from the Santa Claus movies. I always loved Bernard, and he grew up. He was in Oppenheimer last year, 2 years ago, and he's now Zor-El, Kara Zor-El's father, Supergirl's parents, and then his wife and her mother is going to be Emily Beecham. I don't necessarily know her from a whole lot, but those are now mother and father of the Supergirl family, and now expanding the L family in the Superman world, you know what I mean? So some very interesting stuff there, some DC, some Marvel news, and just finishing out today with some Avatar Fire and Ash news. And this news comes from Empire Online, and the first look we get here at Barang, the leader of the Ash Clan, and described as a reflection of the worst side of the Na'vi, filled with anger and rage after their civilization was destroyed by volcanic eruption. So, this leader here of the Ash Clan looks like a villain, right? And they also look like Ariel, more like the first movie, the Ariel flight Na'vi people. And we also see here in this image the Nomad people. These are the air people that are, I think, going to be friendlies. So we're going to meet two different clans, right? First one, we met the flying tree people. Then we met the water people. Now we're going to meet the wind and ash people. So really the fire clan, but they're going to be ash because their civilization was wiped out by volcanic eruption. So maybe we're going to be getting volcanoes, fire, air, right? Like these people have like floating ships or animals that look like floating ships. I don't know what they are. James Cameron himself said to Empire Magazine that Avatar Fire and Ash, coming out this Christmas in December, if you guys were wondering, December 2025, it will be 3 hours long, The Fire Clans are the villains. The Wind Traders will appear, a nomadic tribe that travels through the air, like I was just talking about. And I just found this so very interesting that it kind of is Avatar The Last Airbender with the water, the fire, the air, right? Like, they're just not bending in powers, they're just using these elements as their culture and what they live with on this planet. But I'm very excited for Avatar Fire and Ash, and this, like, fire people, like, just trotting on horseback, like, just absolute chaos in the background. I don't know. I think he's going to subvert a little bit of expectations here and give us a darker story than we're expecting. And, you know, comment below if you're a fan of Avatar 1 and 2. I know The Way of Water is one of the craziest visual spectacles I've ever seen in my life, let alone one of the best movies and stories ever told. Between the first two movies, like, I love Jake Sully and Neytiri and the family that they created and moved on with in the second movie. The fucking whale, the whale in the second movie, get out of my face. If you're not liking Avatar, you have no good reason. The whale alone deserves its love. And just the last topic of today as we close out here, I just wanted to talk one more time about this shot we saw from the Daredevil Born Again trailer. And if you haven't watched my breakdown of that trailer, my reaction, I'm real proud of that video and the editing I put into it. So go check it out. It's now currently up on the channel. But in that trailer, we see a shot of a silver helmet with red eyes, a red helmet that looks much more like the comic book accurate red DD outfit. We see a black and red one, and then we see a yellow and red one. And I just thought it was very interesting that they each have kind of their own comic book correlated coloring, and maybe we'll get to see each of these suits in the Daredevil Born Again show, which would be really sick. I doubt it though. I'm assuming we're just going to see the traditional one. But this Daredevil Born Again series has me very excited for March, and I've been preparing and rewatching Daredevil. So I think I am going to do a Daredevil rewatch series episode by episode, because I'm still a real small channel and I'm trying to build. So if I just do season by season and those videos don't get any views, oh well. But if I do episode by episode and those videos don't do any views, oh well, I'm still trying to build as a channel, you know, so the more content I put out, the better, right? I don't know. Comment below, what would you prefer? Episode by episode of Daredevil or season by season? Either way, I really want to talk Daredevil, maybe Punisher, the Defenders verse, and we have a little bit of time between now and March, so maybe throughout the month of February, I will do a Daredevil rewatch series. But Charlie Cox was just talking recently, and he said that he wants to keep playing Daredevil in the MCU forever. And he said, and I quote, and this was at a fan expo in, I believe, San Francisco, but either way, at a fan expo, he said, they're getting ready to release a comic that takes place where Matt Murdock is in his 60s. So I was like, okay, great, we got some time. So Charlie Cox is fully down to play Daredevil, Matt Murdock, for a long, long time. And when he said this, I immediately did the Deadpool and Wolverine, till you're 90, Hugh, till you're 90, right? Like, Charlie Cox, till you're 90. But now seeing this image of an old Daredevil, and I mean, Charlie Cox is probably only in his 30s or early 40s. He's got 20-something years. By the time he's a 60-year-old Matt Murdock, I'm here for it, man. And if it's him and Wilson Fisk, Vincent D'Onofrio, and Punisher, John Bernthal, the three of them just are old and they're all just still beating each other's ass, I would laugh really, really hard. But comment below your thoughts on Daredevil, Captain America Brave New World, the Oscars, the BAFTAs, the award season coming up, Invincible, The Last of Us Season 2, Vision Quest, what's the deal with Vision Quest, Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. Which of these things got you excited and were things that you're interested to talk about? We got Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man right around the corner, coming out in the next couple weeks. And of course, one more time, rest in peace to the legend David Lynch. I'm going to definitely be trying to check out some David Lynch movies this week in honor of the legend. Comment below your favorite David Lynch films and your favorite things about David Lynch and any of the topics I talked about today. Thank you guys so much. Comment down below if you have any questions or you want to talk more, or if you want to message me on my other social medias. Links for those down in the description below. My name's Big Cam. Thank you guys so much for coming on by. If you'd like to support the channel, liking this video, subscribing, hitting that bell so you don't miss future videos, commenting in the comment section below, subscribing if you're new. All those things go a long way. I promise it really helps. When you watch a video, click the like and comment, the video immediately performs better. But if you guys watch and don't do anything, it just kind of stays normal. But if somebody watches and likes it within like the first 10 minutes, all of a sudden the video is doing phenomenal. It's like, wow, see, the algorithm actually works when people use it. So help me out, guys. Like this video, comment, subscribe, do all the things. Thank you guys so much. And my name is Big Cam, and I will see you beautiful people in the next one. Peace.